David Schoen is one of the great civil rights and constitutionalists, that is, litigators that I've ever known. And, I bring him on Fox from time to time. And I wanted him to come on this evening because I've been talking about this Mahmoud Khalil and how he's going to sue the administration for $20 million because of the violation of his so-called civil rights. David Schoen, what do you think of this guy? And is he going to get a day in court that he may not want?
Well, that I hope. But I think the guy is 100% deportable. I think he's deportable under 8 U.S.C. 1227 and 1182 combined because they specifically provide that a person is not permitted into the country, or once in the country, a person is deportable if they support, endorse, encourage others to support and endorse a foreign terrorist organization. He certainly has done that with Hamas. We have a lawsuit going against him in the Southern District of New York right now under the Anti-Terrorism Act on behalf of some of the victims of the Hamas atrocities and some Columbia students based on his activities at Columbia. And I'll tell you this, one of the plaintiffs in the case is a former hostage. He told us that when he was being held hostage, his captors put up a picture on the TV, and it was at Columbia, and they said, you see, our people are everywhere. The material this guy Khalil has used indicate coordination with Hamas, certainly active support and endorsement. I think the government was on the wrong track a little bit in his initial action against him by whether he had committed a crime and so on. They don't need to prove that he committed a crime. He's a person who has violated the law and is deportable under those sections that I mentioned.
Well, do they have access to the information you and your team have gathered? I mean, it would seem to me they would they'd be arguing that and put it front and center, no?
Yeah, we've had some conversations about that. And, listen, Tom Cotton actually used these sections a long time ago to call for the deportation of these kinds of folks. But, I think maybe because the government wanted to use some summary proceedings or something like that. They didn't want to go through the avenues under these sections, but they just have to do it. I mean, this guy's when he was released, he's being cheered, treated as if he's a hero. He's a guy who simply endorses terrorism without any question, in my view.
They treat him like he's Martin Luther King or something, and your case, how is it proceeding? It's probably at a snail's pace like every other case.
Right. So we've just we're filing an amended complaint this week. They're going to be filing motions to dismiss. They said already. They already filed one set of motions to dismiss. But, it's the same group of lawyers that you see in many of these cases. They really don't seem to have any idea what they're doing. We filed something with the judge already that was completely misleading. But, they drew a pretty good judge for them, I think. I intend to file, I haven't announced this publicly yet, but I intend to file a straight-up civil rights case against them because I think it's very important that the public understands the narrative that these kinds of people are today's Ku Klux Klan. That's the way I feel about it.
And you're right. What's the difference? Seriously. I mean, what is the difference? The difference is that society had learned to condemn the Ku Klux Klan and the neo-Nazis and so forth. And in this case, these guys have spent billions of dollars in foreign money trying to present themselves as the victims. And they're the victimizers, aren't they?
They are, and they have a complete campaign of misinformation, disinformation. I mean, you see the interviews with these college kids who you would think have to be pretty bright going to top-notch schools. I mean, they come up with these cockamamie stories. The Palestinians were on the land before Jews ever were there. I mean, it's just crazy stuff. Read Arafat's own stuff. Read the PLO, some of the founding member statements about concocting this narrative of a Palestinian people and so on for political purposes. It's crazy stuff that's going on. And to treat these people like heroes. Look, you see, it's not so far off from what we're seeing in New York with Mamdani now. Chuck Schumer congratulating the guy on his election. Now there's a group, I understand, rabbis from Mamdani. It's just crazy.
Yeah, and there's Gerald Nadler, anything to stay in the house, because the guy doesn't want to work for a living, and obviously he's very busy in the cafeteria there. And so he's a guy, he's endorsed him.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, Jew to Jew, and I don't care, I want Gentiles to hear this. If you're Jewish, how the hell do you endorse a guy that talks about global intifada? How is that even possible? How stupid can you possibly be?
No, it's really. I don't know if it's a matter of self-hating or what it is, or you don't understand the existential threat that these folk pose to not just Jews but all people everywhere. It's crazy, but at some point, whether you feel your Jewishness or not, or certainly if you're not observant, or any way around the thing, you have to understand that these people are against your people, the Jewish people. Period.
David Schoen, do they go around asking you if you're an observant Jew or not, or they just know you're a Jew?
Just know you're a Jew. Just know you're a Jew.
And once it's the Jews, then they want to know about all Americans, don't they? Because this is really anti-Western, isn't it?
That's what it is. Globalized Intifada isn't just about killing Jews. It's about killing the West. It's about an alternative society.
Yeah, and a lovely one at that, isn't it? Back in the 7th century. Yeah. The West is weak. You know, we have these rules, and we even have people who have podcasts and platforms in our own country, who some of whom are quasi-respected or respected. This is due process, and if you fight it, they have a right to free speech. This has nothing to do with either of those things. This is immigration law. That's what it is. You got guys coming in here lying. You got guys involved in violent revolution or promoting it, promoting the front groups for terrorist organizations. You kick their asses out of here. And there's nothing new about that in our country. That is the right to do that, is there, David Schoen?
100% right. And Mark, let me say, you'd be one of the first ones, I would imagine, to say we have to have robust discussion in this country. That's what democracy is about, and so on. This isn't about that. This isn't about free speech, as you say. This is about violence. This is about killing people, nothing less, frankly. This is about putting down your rights so that I can overtake them and have a completely different sort of world out there, in which we control, and you, Jews and other people and stuff, are just not even second-class citizens. You shouldn't exist. That's what Hitler talked about. And these folks, listen, I don't hesitate to say that what the Hamas people did on October 7th, some of it was worse than anything we've ever heard about Hitler doing. So,
as Netanyahu told me, and this interview is going to run Saturday, he said there is a little difference. The Nazis tried to cover up what they did with mass graves and so forth. These people brought Go cameras and so forth. They were videotaping it. They wanted the world to see it. They put it out on the internet. These are monsters. That is Hamas and those who support them. They're not civil rights leaders, and they don't deserve a payday. David Schoen, thank you for everything you do, brother. God bless you.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
He's a fantastic person. And he's right. This is the whole West. It's America under attack.